This week, I meet my doppelganger and get a new pair of pyjamas. Quite nice, quite comfy, as I take a ride on one of the most luxurious planes I've ever flown on, Korean Air's Boeing 747. Welcome to Incheon Airport in Seoul, South Korea, home of Korean Air, their national airline, and the starting point for my first class adventure with them this evening, all the way across the Pacific Ocean on their 747. I am so beyond excited to take this flight today, so let's head across to a lounge first and we'll see what the Korean Air lounge is like here in Seoul. This dude looks a little bit like me, doesn't it? Hang on a minute, take my glasses off. There we go. It's a match. Hello, how are you? Thank you very much. There we go.
We service this name tag, so...
Ah, wow. Okay. Oh, wow, thank you.
Put your name and phone number, please.
Okay, yeah. There we go. Thank you very much. Into this way. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, how are you? Yeah, I'll come and sit through here if that's okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oops, that's okay. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, that's just a bit fancy, isn't it? So this is the Korean Air first class lounge here in Seoul. I'm the only one in here. There's nobody else. It's like private dining and everything. It's really, really nice. Oh wow, how cool is this? So when you fly Korean Air first class and come in the lounge, you get a little name tag and it's got Korean Air first class engraved on one side. On the other side, I'm not going to show you because it's got my phone number on it, but the other side has my name and my phone number engraved, so I can put it on my bags and things. How cool is that? Thank you very much. Bye bye. Well, that was all very pleasant, wasn't it? Now it's time to get down to the gate because we are going from a gate that's about 20 gates away. It's going to take me probably a good 10 minutes to walk down there. So let's get down there now and make sure that we can get in line and get on the plane because I need some sleep now. When I got to the gate, I was met with every aviation geek's favourite sight, a Boeing 747 ready to take me on an epic journey across the Pacific Ocean. And pretty soon, it was time to get on board. Hello. Yes. Thank you.
사인 났어요? First class.
고객님도 같이 퍼스트 2분만.
First class. Thank you. Hello. Thank you. I don't know about you, but whenever I walk down a jet bridge towards a 747, it always feels really special. It's such an iconic aircraft, and stepping on board gives you a great sense of adventure. Hello. Hello, thank you.
This way on your left.
Thank you.
Hello. Welcome aboard.
Hello, thank you. 3A, yes. Thank you. And welcome on board Korean Air's Boeing 747-8 in Continental. This is their first class suite, and oh my goodness, this is probably one of the biggest first class suites I've ever sat in. Second only to maybe Emirates. It's like an entire private room. It's incredible. Let's have a look what we've got. Where do we start with this first class suite on Korean Air? Well, there's basically 6 seats right up here in the nose of the 747, which are pretty cool. And they are huge, literally, like, I cannot get over how big this suite is. We've got a fully private door here to make it into a private suite. That closes off completely. You've got this cupboard here, your bags go in here. Got my suitcase and everything all in there, and my coat and everything. And there, we've got the bed that folds down and comes out across here, massive TV. We've got, that's like an solid oak table. I don't know how I'm going to get that out later, but anyway, an amenity kit. Not going to lie, slightly plasticky compared to the rest of the experience. Got some Boas and Wilkins headphones. These are really heavy, like a proper serious chunky set of headphones. Let's have a look now. Those things are, that's for the in-flight entertainment. We'll go through that in a bit. And then we've got storage everywhere. We've got seat controls down here. We've got storage compartments literally everywhere. And then behind me here, we've got the lamp, the seat, and a few lights and things up here as well. Very nice, very nice. This is mint. It absolutely is. Oh, we've got some jammies as well. Pair of pyjamas. I'll get changed into those in a little while. Before we go, actually, I'll get changed into those, and yeah, hopefully a nice long flight tonight. And I don't mind if they go around the block a little bit when we get there, because I want to spend a bit more time on this plane, if I'm honest. I wonder if they'll do another lap when we get there and just let's get going home. Hey, now, don't this look good? This is their pyjamas they give you in first class on Korean Air. It's Ferre, Giancarlo Ferre or something, I don't know, fashion. I've mentioned before I'm not Gokwan, but quite nice, quite comfy. Fit me quite well. This is only a large as well, not an extra large like I normally have, and it's a Korean large as well, so quite happy. Must be trimming down a bit of weight here. Right, let's have a little look through this amenity kit before we push back from the gate, because as we take off I'm planning to just sleep for this flight. It's an 11-hour ride, and it's currently on my time zone 4 o'clock in the morning, so I'm hoping to sleep before we land into LA. But let's go through the amenity kit, see what there is. We've got some nice little selection of creams and lotions and things there. Atelier Cologne. That's the brand. I'm not going to open the whole thing, but I will show you that at least. Korean Air eye mask. It looks pretty nice. It's a bit squishy, quite comfy. We've got a shoe horn for horning your shoe. We've got, what else? We've got a toothbrush, an actual proper plastic one as well. Toothpaste, and that's it really. But these are actually really, everything's really heavy. Like this proper chunky, decent size lotions and things as well. Quite nice, quite nice. Jet bridge is just pushed back. Let's get on our way to Los Angeles.
Before too long though, it was time to push back from the gate and get on our way for our Transpacific flight on the Korean Air 747. Tonight then took us east out of Seoul, flying over Japan and Tokyo before coasting out into the Pacific Ocean. From there we flew on a pretty much directly easterly track towards the coastline of California, coasting in near San Francisco and dropping down into LA. Flight time tonight was 10 hours and 22 minutes, cruising at 36,000 feet.
We're then airborne from Seoul heading to LA on the Korean Air 747. This is really nice, apart from it's really bumpy. Climbing out of Seoul tonight, it's really, really choppy. Being thrown around like nobody's business, but you know what? There's worse seats to be in when you get thrown around. And for an 11-hour flight, I don't think you can beat this really, can you? It's like a private jet. It's amazing. Anyway, I've got a glass of Bailey's on order. I'm waiting for them to bring it round, and then I'm going to get the bed made up and go to sleep, I think. And we'll check out the flatbed and see what that's like. Alright, so they very kindly made up my bed for me, which is nice. I'm able to get a bit of sleep now. The pillow's quite comfy. The blanket, the duvet, it's like a weighted one, which I quite like. I quite like having a bit of weight sort of pushing down on me. That sounds really wrong, doesn't it? In a blanket, anyway. I like a weighted blanket from time to time. And this bed, look how comfy it is. So, plenty of room there. So much width as well. The doors are closed there as well now, so hopefully get a few hours sleep, and I'll well, we'll see how much sleep I get, and I'll see you in the morning. And good night.
You know, I was sitting browsing Facebook the other day and I had a friend request pop up, which doesn't happen very often. I don't have many friends, really. But it was an interesting one. I thought I recognised the name, and I did, because this guy was my best friend from when I was at secondary school over 20 years ago. I've thought about this guy for quite a few times over the years, wondered where he was up to. We were like this. We were bestest buddies through secondary school. We both got picked on at school. We both loved planes, and we were both into geeky things like that. Now, this guy, it turns out, has been thinking about me frequently since we both left school, and remembering the times and the things that we did together, the places we went to, the airports that we used to go to, things like that. It turned out that I'd had quite a big impact on this guy's life, and it just really touched me here to think that that might have been the case. And it got me thinking, really, because I was thinking, you know what, you never know in your life how many times you speak to people and you don't know what impact that's had on that person. You could have had such a major impact on them and you'll never know it. Sometimes I sort of sit here when I come on these trips. I think, oh, nobody's worried about me. I'm on the other side of the world. Rachel's at home. She's busy with the kids, and yeah, we're talking on a regular basis. But I'm, for the most part, out here alone, and you can feel quite lonely. And knowing that there's somebody out there potentially that you've spoken to before who you've had a big impact on, well, it's quite helpful, really. Something else that's helpful as well when you start feeling a little bit lonely and a little bit like you're the only person, there's nobody to talk to. Well, you know what? This week's video's paid partner, BetterHelp, is a brilliant solution for that issue. See, BetterHelp have a network of over 30,000 credentialed professionals who you can talk to on a regular basis and actually have somebody to bounce off, have somebody that you can just talk to and feel better about things that's going on in your life. It's super easy to sign up for. You just go on the website, answer a few questions, and pretty soon you're matched with a credentialed professional who you can start talking to. You have regular live chats with them. You can even message them between your sessions as well. If at some point as well you realise that it's not working with the particular person that you're matched with and you just feel like you'd be better off with somebody else, well, that's fine as well. You can just switch to anybody else, completely free of charge and without any hard feelings on either side. Now, I know every time I mention BetterHelp, I get the odd person commenting saying I shouldn't be working with them for one reason or another, but you know what? BetterHelp do so much good for people. They've done good for me. I know from personal experience just how good those guys are, and they're just an amazing company to work with as well. They've got over 7,000 5-star reviews on Trustpilot and a 4.5 rating there as well, which just proves really that they're a platform that you can trust as well. Right now, BetterHelp are offering you 10% off your first month when you use my link, betterhelp.com/Noel. That's betterhelp.com/Noel.
Morning. I think I've slept for about 7 hours. I must have needed it. About 2-3 hours now until we land down into LA. But it's been pretty bumpy overnight. Woke up a couple of times with the plane being thrown around, but other than that, not too bad really. Very, very comfortable bed. Really nice actually. It's like literally like a bed that you get in a hotel. I love it. It's like being on a private jet here in my little booth at the side of the plane. But anyway, I'm going to start getting up because I'll be having breakfast soon, I think, before we start the descent down into LA.
I had a little look through the in-flight entertainment system on the Korean Air 747 and it wasn't too bad. My favourite feature by far, as always, was the camera system, which was nice to find on a 747. It did just have a forward and downward view though, no tail camera on this plane. There was a good selection of movies and TV as well, quite a lot of Korean stuff as you'd expect, but there was quite a few Western things too for me to watch on the flight. The interface was pretty easy to use as well. It was really modern and I could use the remote control to flick through things, being very responsive. Did quite like the flight map on the 747 though. The options to choose different views were quite handy. It was really responsive and was really high quality too. It wasn't long though before it was breakfast time.
So not only is there a massive breakfast menu as well, but this plane also has an espresso menu. We've got a choice of coffees we can have for breakfast: espresso, americano, iced americano, cafe latte, an iced latte, cappuccino, or a flat white. have anything. It's like Starbucks, got a full-on menu. It's pretty nice. I might have a nice latte actually, that might be quite nice. Alright, more food's turned up. I've got yogurt now with fruit. I ordered the omelette for breakfast. I don't know what point that comes, but this is like a gourmet dinner. My iced latte's turned up as well. Nice iced oat milk latte. Thank you. That's nice. And it's great, you know, they actually do oat milk on board. A lot of airlines don't do dairy-free milk on the plane, which is a problem for people who have like lactose intolerances. My wife has a lactose intolerance, for example, and she can't generally have hot drinks on the plane because they'll have milk in and she can't take the milk, whereas actually on Korean Air they do oat milk, which is nice. Right, next bit of breakfast: omelette, bacon, potatoes and tomatoes. Let's give it a go. There's no brown sauce. It's the only thing we're missing, but we'll give it a go. I think that's potatoes. Is that a potato? Oh my god. It's like, okay, trying to describe the taste of this tater to you. Me trying to describe the taste of a potato. It's sort of buttery, slightly herbed and slightly salted. It's man alive, that is good. They're good taters. I don't know what Korean Air do with their potatoes, but they're really good. And the bacon, which looks a bit like that. I can say a lot about the UK. I spent most of my life there, but the one thing that's really good out of the UK is their bacon, and they do bacon better than anybody else in the world. Anywhere else, it's not the same. Even in America, you can get nice bacon, but it's not the same. And this is similar. It's a bit. It's more like a strip of dried meat than it is bacon. It's not bacon. Come on, Britain, share your secrets of bacon with the rest of the world. And the food keeps coming. We've got fruit now for pudding. Yeah, pudding with your breakfast. What? Incredible. Just amazing. I'm so full up though.
It's time for the Noel Phillips Lou Review.
It is indeed time for the Lou Review, and this is the Korean Air 747 first class Lou. Well, I say first class, it's sort of squished between first and business class, so I'm in here. But it's quite nice, really. We've got a mirror thing going on over here, little sub mirror going on over there. Look, little me, big me, little me, big me. And then we've got the sink, some nice potpourri down there, look. And what we've got there, air freshener in case you make a stink. Is that a razor? Flipping it. I could shave my legs in here if I wanted to, anyway. Then we've got the loo down here. And then we've got the baby changing table over there. There's me, a full-length mirror. It's quite nice, quite spacious, really. Quite a spacious loo. And it smells very nice. It's very clean as well, which is decent. That's what we like, considering we're sort of 10 hours into an 11-hour flight. But yeah, we're going to be landing soon down into LA, so I better get back to my seat and enjoy the approach over California, baby.
That was the Noel Phillips Lou Review.
One thing I do have to say though is that the 747, as beautiful as it is, this is really not nice in turbulence. Normally when you get through turbulence it's like going over a bumpy road, but up here in the nose on the 747 we've had quite a bit of chop on this flight, and it sort of slides side to side almost as you go through turbulence. It's really disconcerting. It's like you're literally doing that constantly. We're in a bit of chop at the minute. It's not too bad at the minute, but at certain points in the flight it's been really horrendous. It's been throwing me around in bed. I don't know if it's just the 747, I don't know. I've never had that on any other plane. Maybe it's just the type of turbulence we've had on this flight. I don't know. But it's literally been all the way across. We've been having these sorts of bumps where it's just been throwing us like side to side like this. Literally having to hang on half the time. It would have been nice to have had Wi-Fi on this flight. That's the only thing I'm going to say about it, really. It's a lot of 747s do have it. A lot of them do.
Lufthansa's do, many other airlines I've flown on all have Wi-Fi on them. This one doesn't have any Wi-Fi in the slightest, so you're completely cut off on the flight, which is nice in a way. It's kind of going back to that, having a few hours of just not doing anything, but it might be nice to be able to get some work done as well, because these planes do some quite long legs, and it might be nice to actually sit down and get on with some work maybe on the flights. I don't know. Maybe they're planning it in the future or something. I don't know. No idea. But yeah, that's just one thing I noticed really. It has been really handy though, being able to just come in here for my bag and get bits in and out my bag all the time, instead of having it up in the overhead locker on the top, because there's no overhead lockers, it's all just in there. But it's really handy that you can just go in there, chuck stuff in your bag, go grab stuff out of your bag, things like that. It's really nice actually, and I wish more business classes would do some sort of storage to put your bag in the seat, because it makes it much easier really. Honestly, after my last flight with Korean Air, I wasn't really sure what to expect with this flight. The last time I flew with them, it was on their A330 in business class. But back in 2020, and obviously there was a lot going on in the world in 2020, and Korean Air was probably at the heart of a lot of that in terms of the changes they had to make on board, because you couldn't really fly into Korea back in 2020 because of the pandemic. As a result of that, the service was really stripped down on the plane. It was really clinical, naturally, because of the circumstances at the time. So I didn't think they were that amazing back in 2020 in business class. But this flight today, this flight today, with a combination of everything, the crew, the service, the seat, the aircraft, everything, I would go so far as to say this is one of the best flights I've ever taken. And I mean that. And as my amazing flight with Korean Air came to its conclusion, we started our descent over the Hollywood Hills for our arrival into Los Angeles International Airport. Now, my flight back from Korea was a pricey one, I have to say. My first class adventure cost me $4,330 or roughly 14.8 million Mongolian Togrogs, working out to a cost of 72 cents per mile. Was it worth it? Let me know down in the comments.
Alright, no problem. I'll be good. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your trip. Thank you. Thank you very much. Enjoy your stay in LA. Thank you.
Alright then, welcome to Los Angeles, California. What an absolutely amazing flight that was with Korean Air. I so enjoyed that flight. What an amazing airline it is, and their first class is just honestly probably at least one of the 2 or 3 best airlines I've ever flown on. They were just absolutely phenomenal. But let me know what you thought of them down in the comments. I'm off to get a connecting flight back home to Houston now, so thank you so much for watching. As always, take care, be kind to one another, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.